To the line on 1st and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position. Right to the air is Herbert. Trying for the deep ball. Caught just shy of the goal line. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Man, this offensive season has barely begun, and they are already, Brock, celebrating in that end zone. I mean, still basically a full 17 games to go, but so far, so good.
Yeah, pay off all of that offseason work. The OTAs, the mini camps, get into preseason, training camp, all of it. And you can't do it much better than that.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Mejio with the return. And he pushes them up to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He rolls to his right. He takes it himself. And this is going to go as a gain of about 3 before he's met and escorted out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Second and 6 coming up here. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. It's incomplete to Kenneth Walker. And he's brought down after a short gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. To the air, Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
Still at the 40 here, 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Mahomes. Escapes the pocket. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Off play action, it's Mahomes. Headed out right. Pressure's there, the Chargers got him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
Kate, if you want to make the analytics folks really happy, just talk about how great play action is. Because the numbers would tell you it really doesn't matter down a distance. It can be highly effective even if you're not running the ball. But nothing the offense was going to do there was going to be effective. Tip the cap to the defense who makes a play.
And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He gets down inside the 35-yard line. One of their biggest plays of the game so far, and it comes on a fourth down gamble.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And it's going to be first down, Kansas City.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
From the red zone on first. Buying some time right. He tucks it and takes off. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Hand off to Walker from the gun. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means third down coming up.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
So now here's 3rd and 5. He gets it out left, and it's caught. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath, and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Harrison Butler in a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Herbert from the gun. Forced out to his right. Chucks this one deep. Wide open down the field, and he has it! And this will reach the red zone. He takes it down to the 17. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Working inside the red zone. Short pass brought in. He's out of bounds on the final play of our opening quarter. It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. Both teams neck and neck so far. Take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Chargers ball as we get back for the second, and they are thinking points.
Let's go.
Hampton. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3. Dose of the hurry up here.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal. Set at the Chiefs.
Again, it's Hampton. He's not going to make it. Made a little progress, but they stall him at the 2. Defense making a couple of good stops here, and this brings up 3rd and goal.
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you've kind of set yourself up. Actually, you've set yourself up really well.
Pushing for the end zone, and he lost the football. And it looks like the offense was there to recover it. They're inside the 5.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 yards. It's now 4th and goal.
They'll leave the offense out there and try 4th and goal from the 4. They snap it to Herbert. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take a second quarter lead. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Remigio with the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
We've set it down from 37. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And it doesn't get much, up to maybe their own 40. Cam Hard's up for the tackle that time.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
This is Walker on second. Rolling into enemy territory. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38.
Yellow!
Going to the ground again on 1st. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Stopped by Deion Henley.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
1st down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Running with Walker again. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Third and short. Here's Mahomes. Got his man. Hopkins has it. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. They get 6 and a first down as well. Clock is ticked down. We've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Sao Paulo in just a bit. They'll come up on 1st and 10. They'll go with Walker on the counter. Doesn't get much beyond the line. A yard at most. Tuli Tuipulotu in for the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second down, Walker's going to get it again. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Third down, it's Mahomes. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
A 41-yard attempt.
Butker knocks it through, and it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Hey, facing a deficit that's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room, they will welcome those 3 points and a little bit of feel-good momentum.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Darius Davis to return it. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he was pushing for midfield there before they finally dragged him down at the 45.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Gets this one to Gadsden. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Escapes the pocket. And there's that slide at the end, Brock. Good decision-making there as he picks up close to 8 on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Let's go. 59.
Before we can get a snap on second down, they call timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
21. Set.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
12.
Here he is on 3rd and short. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. Couldn't connect with Ladd McConkey. So it's going to be 4th and short.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Yellow.
Looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Harrison Butker and a kickoff for Kansas City.
The party's still going for 2 more quarters, football fans. We're back underway from Brazil. Fields this one at the 3. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. First and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And he's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So second down now after the incompletion.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. Third and long for him here. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
He fields it cleanly. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
At their own 23-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out.
Yellow, yellow. Wide.
Throwing on first down. Mahomes buys time, rolling right. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
I'm not going to be surprised at all, Kate, if we see more of this. Just trying to find some answer. Extend plays, be creative, try different things, because nothing really consistently has gone well for him today.
Mahomes trying to get here on second and 10. He's got his man. That's Travis Kelce. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Mahomes on first and 10. This is cut downfield by Rice. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs grab the lead on their first series of the half. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Butker to try the point after. And the extra point is no good. So potentially a key tally kept off the scoreboard, Brock. Going to see how and if this comes into play later in the second half.
Harrison Butker and a kickoff for Kansas City.
Wasn't accurate on the extra point, but he should be able to keep this between the sidelines, hopefully, as he sends this away. Return starts at the 3. making some progress here. And an excellent effort there sets him up almost at midfield.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with speed.
It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
Home to try. 21.
Herbert. That one's complete. Amari on Hampton. Shoots away from one. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
Chargers, first down.
Here's Herbert. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so it'll be second down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Herbert to throw once more. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So they're left facing third and long. It's Herbert once more. And the incompletions continue in a sack up here, Brock. 3 straight plays as a defender knocks it away. Now it's fourth down. And that offense isn't budging. They're going for it. He's back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to have first and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Hampton. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Now it's second and goal from the 1. They go to him again. And he can't punch it in. Man, the defense punches back, sticks him at the 2. Working quickly here.
It's now third and goal.
Hampton gets it out of his own read. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Chargers take a third-quarter lead. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to fourth and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop them on third and goal.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Remigio with the return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10.
Fire down these 2. Fire down these 2. Fire 15.
To the air, Mahomes. Set up the screen for Rice. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
So many times, Kate, when I see these receiver screens, I think punt return. It's like a punt return. On punt return, it's all about those blocks. The returner's got to catch it, and he's got to feel those blockers in front of him. It's no different on a big play like this with the wide receiver screen.
Walker on first down. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Bronk. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up Cam Hart. And the Chargers have it as he reports the first interception of his young career. We've set it down from 37. Herbert on first down. Nice run across the 15. And he is all the way ahead to the 13-yard line. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's Chargers football as they try to hang on to a lead in a close game. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Set.
Shotgun give to Hampton. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Taken down at the 11-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Set. Kappa. Set.
Throwing now, Herbert. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He did it! He made the interception! Drew Tranquill with the pick. And the Chiefs will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception. Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a Walker run. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive. The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Staying with Walker. Oh, he drops and cuts it to the right sideline. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
Okay, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
Quite the turnaround these last 2 plays, huh? Nice gain on 1, and now they get him behind the line. Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. Bails out of the pocket quick. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this 3rd down a near impossibility.
Third and long for Mahomes. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. Third and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then. And the running back's still doing it to this day.
And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, second down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Yellow.
They give up the gut to Walker. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
43.
Throwing is Mahomes. On the move, headed right. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Don't you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop, we're playing the same guessing game the defenses are on those kind of plays? Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that outlet.
Yellow.
First down throw, Mahomes. Into the hands of his running back, Walker. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on first down.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Now an inside give to Walker. And give him 9 on that run. Now they've got third down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they were lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
On third down, Walker. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up 4th down. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Their hand is forced here. They've got to get this. They're down 5.
Fight on these two. On the wall, right?
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
They're going to pass it here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
The defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Downfield, and he has McConkey. 40 into the red zone. He goes the distance. Touchdown, LA. The Chargers take an 11-point lead as they try to push this one out of reach. Rob McConkey with a touchdown. Well, that right there, Brock, is saving all of your guys a whole lot of work. I see 10 dudes breathing easy out there, and only one of them out of breath, and he's the one holding that football in the end zone.
Are you sure about that? Because you know what I love about these moments?
What?
I love especially going back and watching them on tape and watching the big guys. Watching all those O-linemen. Certainly some are going to walk, some are going to wave, but eventually some will make their way 90 yards downfield to celebrate that one as well. Because you're right, it was one heck of a shift.
To kick off for the Chargers.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Mejio with the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's first and 10. To the ground with Walker. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's second. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Yellow.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Left side, it's caught by Rice. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Chiefs in the hurry-up, trying to get everyone to the line.
And the first down, Chiefs.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. Chased out to his right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Ball still on that 34-yard line, second and 10.
Yellow.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his right. Good strike downfield to Kelsey. And he's going to be sent out of bounds on a play that sends them all the way down into the red zone. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. Only one timeout remaining. They've got to work quickly here. It's first and 10. Again, Mahomes to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Chiefs in the hurry-up, trying to get everyone to the line.
15.
Throwing again, Mahomes. Catch is made in close. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with first and goal. The Chiefs will use their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Going jumbo set on this first and goal. Going power with a big tight end. Not able to make a push for that goal line. He's hit for a loss back at the 3. Chiefs in the hurry-up, trying to get everyone to the line. Play action, Mahomes. Flushed out of the pocket. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. Right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
So they only have 20 seconds left. They're down a score. This kick has to be perfect. And this kick is covered by the Chargers. And that should salt this game away. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. First and 10 from the 43. Setting up to pass. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. After the sack, let's see what the offense does here. 2nd and 18 coming up. Here he is to throw. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. So the Chargers come away with a win in this one. And this isn't just any 1-0 start for them. They pick up what could end up being a key division victory to have later in this season. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Chargers as we say ciao from Sao Paulo.